YouTube, and welcome back to my channel, Fixin' Dixon. I'm your host, Monica, and I swear I haven't been able to make an introduction without a interruption yet. So we're gonna go with this one, we're gonna fly with it, and we're just gonna move on. Okay, so before we get to our topic, I want to say two things about this video specifically. The first one is kudos, claps, and snaps to all of the people out there sharing their weight loss journeys, sharing their weight loss experiences, their plastic surgery experiences, their everything, their detail, their accomplishment, their failure, their stories. Okay? Without those stories, without that experience, without that sharing of information, I would not be where I am today. Because when I go out to look for information, when I research what I want for my personal body, you better believe it's not doctors that I'm starting with. It's their customers. It's the people like you and me who are sharing our stories, who are putting our information out there, because that's what we want to see. We want to see results. We don't want to see the process first. We want to see the result first. And in order to get to that result, we want to see things that motivate us to get there. Okay? So, to all the people sharing, kudos and thank you to you for doing that. You are part of a cycle that is probably unending, I hope. And I am hoping that I can do my part in sharing relevant information when I can, whenever I can. The second thing I wanted to put out there is that this video is relative to me. In other words, the information and the knowledge and the resources that I have pulled together to create this video are my own opinion and experience and journey. And they are not specific to anybody else but me. However, saying that, if there is information or a piece of knowledge that I've somehow managed to share with you and it has been of use to you, I am so happy to have done that. That's it. Okay. Okay, our topic of the day is plastic surgery or removal of excess skin after weight loss. So, 3 years, being 3 years post-op, I've had a lot of time to contemplate this, to research it, to look into it, and believe me, it has been there since day one of, I'm having gastric bypass surgery, okay? Because when you have a lot of weight to lose, you're probably going to end up with a lot of excess skin at the end of your journey. Well, okay, let me scratch that, because this is a forever journey. It's never going to end. It's always going to be in the cards for you once you have this type of surgery. Obviously, it's a forever journey. And it might even be, that you didn't have surgery, that you just lost it normally, and it is still a lifelong journey. You're training yourself, you're teaching yourself to eat differently, to incorporate different habits into your lifestyle so that you maintain, the direction that you're going in. So, some things that tie together to learn about plastic surgery. There are things, how much excess skin do you have to lose? Or do you want to get rid of? Where is the skin located? How old are you? Are you young? Are you senior? Are you middle age? Because it is relevant to your healing process and what they can do and what you can expect from the surgeries that you will have. The other things that incorporate into all of this are your eating habits, your diet, not dieting, but your actual diet of what you intake on a day-to-day basis, and your exercise, your activity level. All of these are factors that go in to determining what kind of surgery you will want. However, understand, not all surgeries that we want, because of certain conditions above that I just mentioned, will be successful. You have the realistic implications of what your surgeon can actually accomplish with your body and skin in its current condition, and then you have what your body can actually accomplish given the situation and the circumstances that it's in. So, with all of that being said, making it my experience would be this. How much excess skin do I have to lose? Or do I want to see gone? Okay? My target area for myself is right here, my breast and my stomach. I do not care too much for the excess skin under my arms or the excess skin between my thighs, but it is not really an area of concern for me because it doesn't prevent me from wearing clothing correctly. My breast, however, and my stomach are different stories. My breast, when I've lost in excess of 140 pounds, and due to that, my breasts no longer have any constitution to them. They are very saggy, and I cannot fit. I do not know what size bra I wear, point blank. I have not a clue, and neither does anybody else, because my breast cup cannot be determined. It's like pouring in water to a cup. How do you determine the size of that? You really can't. I can do measurements, and I can put a bra on and stuff them inside, but they are in no way residing how a breast should reside inside of a bra cup. And that is not okay with me. I would like to be able to go online. I would like to be able to purchase a bra knowing what size bra I need to wear it adequately. And that's just not an option at my current state. The second area of contention that I have is my stomach. And the reason that it is disturbing to me is because I cannot wear jeans correctly. I wear jeggings and leggings, yoga pants, joggers, because I cannot wear jeans. I have a lot of excess skin that resides in the front of the pant, and not enough butt to hold up the back of my pants. So it's like I have to buy a size up to fit the skin in with, but it keeps the pants from not wanting to sit on my hips, and my hips stopping it from going down, because if they have the extra room in it, they'll just come all the way down. So my reasons for wanting these things done is to be healthier and happier, and I foresee that happening when I can wear clothes correctly, when I feel better about myself and how I look, because then I'm not only feeling the success that I've had, I can see it. And I'm hoping that will further along my journey, pretty much. On to phase 2. What kind of plastic surgery do I want, therefore? Okay, well, we've talked about my breast, I've talked about my stomach. So surgeries that revolve around those areas include a paniculectomy, which is the removal of the lower stomach below the belly button, the apron that hangs over. There is a abdominoplasty, which is, and if I butcher these names, I'm sorry, The abdominoplasty is where they remove the excess skin. They do the paniculectomy. They also pull this upper skin down, pulling it off and then cutting off the excess. They also go into the abdominal wall and re-stitch the muscle wall together, as pregnancy can separate the wall and stretch it out. And it doesn't matter the amount of sit-ups or anything that you do, you are not going to bring those muscles back together. Exercise will not fix that. You have to have a surgery to sew them back together. You can have, what's another one? The breast lift. You can have a breast reduction. You can have a breast lift with augmentation, which is the, filling inside your breast. You can have a silicone filling. You can have a saline filling. You can even have a fatty filling. They take the fat from other parts of your body to use in your breast. Not all of these options are as great as they sound. They all have side effects. It's extremely eye-opening, and I beseech you to go out and do your own research and find out exactly what you need to know about what you want, because that's what I've done and that's where I'm at. And what I want is a mommy makeover, basically. I would like a abdominoplasty. I want my abdominal walls sewn back together. I want my excess skin in my in the front of my stomach removed. I would like some liposuction in my flanks and sides to even it out, to give the skin a tighter stretch. And I would like a breast lift with augmentation. That's what I want. The realistic side to that is finding your plastic surgeon and looking at the results that he has made and determining whether or not that surgeon and your body can then give you the results that you want. Having stated all of the things that I want in my plastic surgery, now we have to talk about the realism of that, and understanding what kind of surgeon I'm going to need to find, and whether or not my body, under my own violation or my doctor's consideration, will be able to give me the results that I want. And so the process to doing that has already begun. I went and saw my primary care physician. He gave me a referral to Vanguard Skin Specialist. I'm very excited about this because I've been using Vanguard Skin Specialist for the last 6 years, so I'm familiar with their offices. I'm familiar with many of their doctors, and not the plastic surgeon doctor, but I can somewhat assume that the practice itself adheres to certain standards, and the standards that I've always run into with these doctors that I've been to has always been excellent. So I do not have a concern in that department whatsoever. His name is Dr. Banish, Bannich. They were doing a free February consultation, so I did have my free first consultation in February, where Dr. Banish informed me of a few things that could be a deterrent to having this surgery, but he implied that I would be a good candidate for what I told him that I wanted, and he gave me additional feedback, and I go and see him again Monday, and we will finalize some things. I have been to Vanguard Skin Specialist over this last 6 years, like I said, and they have seen me from everything from psoriasis, my diabetic eye exam and foot exam, and some skin conditions that I've had in relation to my weight loss. So, like I've said, I'm just very familiar with their setup, with their procedures, with their payment arrangements, and all of that. And so I'm really excited to be going there. I feel like I'm in the family already. So I'm very happy with my choice. Um, some things that Dr. Banish told me in our appointment that could be deterrent to it happening later rather than sooner. And those are going to be COVID, obviously. I'm not sure what the process will be, if I'll have to be tested for COVID prior to surgery or if I'll have to have the vaccination before surgery. I'm not sure. And I've been pretty at home. I homeschool my youngest daughter, and so I don't really go out of the home too often. But I haven't really been out to be exposed, so I'm not sure how they'll do the COVID situation in this times. But the second deterrent that he talked about was being anemic. He had some concern with that in the appointment, so that's actually why I went back to my primary care physician and had the blood work initiated, and that was because of the Dr. Banish saying that he was worried about my anemic, and sure enough, just a smidgen over, just a smidgen over. So I started, way back when I found out, I started drinking my protein shakes and, just being a little bit more consistent and aware of getting in my protein. Being anemic is just simply means you have low iron in the blood, which slows down your healing process. Well, you don't want that going into surgery, so you need to work on that, and, so that's what I've done. And, the other, excuse me, I have something in my eye. The other thing he had a little bit of concern on was the fact that I was still losing weight 3 years post-op. That's been a cause of concern for my primary care physician as well. And I do struggle slowing down the weight loss when it does start. But I am working actively to try and get that to stabilize. And I think, and honestly, and this is what I've been trying to kind of tell myself and talk to my doctor about too, is that I think the closer my body gets to its natural state, the closer my body gets to where it's in a normal weight area, I feel like it's just doing what's natural, and so I'm not super concerned about it. I don't feel as scared as I once did about getting too low. I don't think that my body will do that. I feel like it's getting to a point where it feels normal, and things are kicking in, believe it or not. I feel good. So I don't think that my weight stabilization will be too much of an issue, quite honestly. I feel like I can get around that one. But the COVID thing and being anemic, those are two that, yeah, I need to be focused and on board with what's happening on those. One, for my own personal feelings about COVID and the vaccination and all that, and then also over here on this side for, making sure I'm getting the iron in my body so that I can heal quickly, if not normally. The last thing I'm going to talk about in this video is the cost. At this time, I'm going to postpone the talk of cost because I don't have, I have an estimate. And Monday, I am planning on going in and talking to him about some changes that I will want. I had initially gone into this thinking that my insurance was going to pick up some of it at least, because of the conditions, but that is not the case, so I'm going to have to be paying out of pocket. For now, that is the end of this video, and I'm going to upload next week's adventure once we have that appointment. I actually have 2 appointments next week, one with the plastic surgeon and one with primary care physician. So, but I will post a video on Wednesday. I hope you guys all have a wonderful, beautiful day, and love yourself, love your neighbor, be good to the world. Bye, guys.